What's happening, fellow geeks on the internet? I'm TGun, and today I'm coming at you with another custom Studio Series figure for you guys. This time I've got my custom Studio Series Nightverse Starscream. So this uses the new Blitzwing mold as a base, and I've just basically painted it up as G1 Starscream. So this was something I thought that would be cool to do, because when before the Blitzwing figures came out, I pre-ordered 3 of them. So this was one of them. I have another one in the box and another one that I've got out already, which I'll show in comparison in a minute. Originally, I was just going to do Blitzwing, Dreadwing, and Skyquake. Dreadwing and Skyquake from Transformers Prime. I will do them eventually, but I ended up wanting to go with G1 Starscream. And the other 2 I'm going to customize in the Thundercracker and Skywarp. But yeah, so this turned out pretty well. As you can see, I haven't done too much in the jet mode, other than I painted the fins up here in a flat blue. Over here, I've painted like this engine piece red to match up a bit more with the G1 jet mode. I didn't touch the stripes. I was going to paint over this in white, then add red over the top, or try and remove this and put the stripes up there. But I ended up deciding I like these stripes where they are, and they kind of give it a bit of a live action / modern sort of feel a bit. So it's kind of like G1 with, modernish sort of stripes. So I decided to leave that. As you can see, I've painted the landing gear, the tires in black and then metallic grey. You can see I've got the gun that I painted up this part here in blue. Then I also painted these missile pod things up in metallic grey, blue, and red, and they look really nice, I reckon. But yeah, and then I just painted some other small details here and there, but overall I didn't really touch the jet mode too much. So for some comparisons, starting off, here is the before and after. There we are. So as you can see, I really didn't do too much in the jet mode. Mostly because the jet mode was pretty much perfect. I know that the jet mode here isn't as accurate as it was in the movie, but honestly I really don't care. I think this is a great Seeker mold, especially for those who want to make, like the Cybertronian Seekers just in jet modes. I think this is perfect, like from the Bumblebee movie. But yeah, so they're basically the exact same. Trying in with the Bayverse Starscream. I still have yet to customize this, but yeah. So this is Starscream I grew up on. I grew up on the first 3 Bayverse films, so I'm really keen to make a version 2 custom with this mold, but I have to say, after customizing this has really grown on me. So yeah, I think this one's a little longer, but I know it's hard to say. Ugh. Oh, they're about the same size. But yeah, so that's the Bayverse mold. And here he is with the Earthrise Starscream. So I only have the Earthrise Starscream so far. Still need to get the Thundercracker and Skywarp. But yeah, so I just thought, it would be cool to do a little G1 side by side. Funny thing, this figure is actually longer in jet mode, but this one's actually taller in robot mode. I kind of find that funny. But yeah. As you can see, I didn't add the Decepticon symbols. I don't have any stickers or anything like that, and it doesn't really bother me. And I was going to add the white and red stripe, but I ended up deciding to keep it with that singular red stripe. I thought it was fine. But yeah. So that's how they look side by side. And for one last comparison, let's bring in a Jet Megatron. The Last Night Megatron. I still need to customize this guy, but yeah. So this one's definitely longer, as you can see. But yeah, I think this guy works really well with this guy. So yeah. So now on to transformation. Just going to remove these missile pod things. Here's another look at them. So I really like how these turned out. So now coming to transformation, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous in transforming this guy. I'm really hoping paint doesn't chip, especially at the bottom of these fins. I'm just a bit worried that, it did paint chip yesterday when I transformed him in a jet mode. So I'm a little bit worried, but if it does paint chip, I'll probably cut so I can fix it up. But yeah, coming to transformation, we'll lift up this back panel, like so. Come down here and untab this bit here, fold up the landing gear, untab these sections here. Another bit I painted in jet mode, which you can't really see, is I painted these vents in metallic grey. I couldn't really see it before, but yeah. Unfold the feet. Oh, no. Fold these down. Yeah, there's some chipping here. Gonna have to fix that. Fold in these side wings and fold these legs in. Tap them in. Bring down the feet. That's one. There we go. There goes. There's the legs. I'm going to try and move the backpack out of the way, but turn this top part around. Bring down the nose cone. And bring this part up here. Lock it in with this next part. Like that. Bring this chest part down. Unfold the arms. Right arm's always a bit stiff. Just try and tidy them up a bit. Fold in these. There we go. Bring up the back piece, flip this around, tap this in, and I just like to angle this like so. Straighten them up a bit. And bring out these missile pod thingies. Tab them in. And then we have Starscream in his robot mode. So yeah, so this is my custom Starscream in his robot mode. And I have to say, I really love how this guy turned out. For this, I used the Cybertronian mode Starscream as reference and just went from there. Added my own details here and there. Yeah, overall, I love how he turned out. It's very pleasing to look at, I reckon. But yeah, so if I zoom in on his head, one thing you'll be able to notice on his head is I did actually remove the gas canisters off of the sides. If I bring in an actual Blitzwing, so the Blitzwing comes with these parts on his head, whereas on this guy I removed them. I just reckon it just looks a lot better for Starscream, and I will be doing the same thing for Thundercracker and Skywarp when I do them, and whatever other Seekers I make with the Seeker mold. Some of them I'll remove the canister things, and some of them I'll keep them on. But yeah, I also painted the head in a flat black, just to get rid of the paint scheme that was on here already. I just wanted to get rid of the red and whatnot. Before I zoom out, I did want to actually say I did paint these parts in red, just to make it a bit more G1-y. You don't really see them too much in jet mode. I mean, you can tell because the edges painted in red, but I thought, cool little detail to add in as well, just to make it a bit more G1-y. So on the chest, I didn't want to go over in too much red. At the front here, I did go over metallic grey because I just thought it would look better. And then on the side, I added some red. I think in the actual Bumblebee movie, these parts, like for his Tetrajet pieces, are just this tannish grey colour. But I wanted to paint them in anyway. Just thought it'd be cool. That was one thing I wanted to do straight away. Same as this bottom piece here, I painted in red. The rest I painted up in metallic grey. His arms are pretty much painted in all of metallic grey, except for like the back here, and these panels here, of course. But I painted them all in metallic grey, just thought it would look nice. Added some red details, and then on the arms I just painted the forearms in this flat blue. And then on the hand, as you can see, I just painted around this palm, like his palms in blue, and then just painted the fingers in metallic grey. There you go. On his hip skirts, again, I painted them red, mostly for the jet mode, but it looks pretty nice here. Painted the knee areas in metallic grey. Painted the top of the shins here, like metallic grey on the sides and blue in the middle. Painted the shins all blue. I repainted them during my cuts because I didn't want to show off the scratched areas. The feet, I painted in metallic grey, added some blue. Painted these front parts in black. I wasn't sure what these were, if they were wheels or whatnot, so I just decided to paint them all black anyway. And then, yeah. So, yeah, I really like how this guy turned out. Again, I think it's really pleasing to look at. This took me maybe 3 or 4 days to do, or 2 or 3 days. So I made it like relatively quickly. I think it's a lot better to paint than the other Starscream mold, like the Bayverse mold, but that's just me. Mostly around the legs, the feet here were a bit of a pain, but yeah. So for his accessories, his, I don't know what you call this weapon. I painted it up, mostly metallic grey, but I painted the palm parts in blue. So if you remove this hand, add that in. That looks very nice. Whoop. My only problem is how easy this chest comes undone. But yeah, I reckon that this looks really nice. But I don't know. In my mind, this might just be me, but I really feel like Starscream wouldn't just use this on, the vocal processor or voice synthesizer or whatever it was called in the movie. The voice box. I reckon Starscream would actually use this and remove it on Sparks or maybe T-Cogs to just torture Transformers. Just, jab it in the side, remove the T-Cogs so they can't transform, or, just slowly remove the spark. So, yeah, that's why I thought I'd keep this with Starscream, as I feel like this is something he would definitely use to basically torture or just slowly kill an Autobot or Decepticon. So, that's his hand back in, and then also, these keep coming undone, it's a pain. I also painted up his blaster, which again, all I did was just paint this forearm guard bit in blue. And then yeah, so that's how he looks with his blaster, and I really love how this turned out. I'd love to eventually give this guy Skywarp and Thundercracker too, to have them dual wield, and maybe give the other Seekers like Dreadwing and Skyquake, and then some other Seeker, some other weapon, like a handheld weapon. But yeah, really love how this guy turned out. So now for comparisons, let's do our before and after shot. So here is Blitzwing. Just give me a sec to put a weapon in his hand. So here he is with Blitzwing. But yeah, I really love how these two look together. You can see all the work I've done. But yeah, so I wasn't too mad when they revealed that this was actually Blitzwing. I wasn't, bothered by it at all in the Bumblebee movie. But I really wanted to customize this guy into Starscream. So if they come out with the Tetrajet version of Starscream or Thundercracker or any of the Cybertronian modes, if they change the head sculpt, I would like to do a head swap, so that way it's got the more Starscream sort of face and not like this gas mask sort of look. Even though I think it looks cool with the canisters removed, it kind of gives me like a Bay sort of feel, Bayverse sort of feel with the weird sort of mouth. I do think this works for the most part, but if they do have come out with a Cybertronian version of Starscream, Thundercracker, or Skywarp, then I will do a head swap if they have like different head sculpts, just to, I don't know, make it a bit more Starscreamy. But other than that, I really like how this looks. I've done as much as I can to make this Starscream. So yeah, here he is with the Bayverse Starscream. I still need to customize this guy. Again, I grew up with this guy. I grew up with the first 3 Bayverse films. I got a lot more nostalgia with this guy, but I do like how this guy turned out. And do want to see more of this guy in the movie. But yeah. And I'll show you a sneak peek of an upcoming custom. Here is Skywarp. So I am planning on making Thundercracker and Skywarp in both Bayverse mode and Nightverse. So here is actually a work in progress of Thundercracker. I've only very much just recently started on this guy. But basically what I'm planning on doing is with the Bayverse molds, I'm going to make it a bit more modern. So that's why I'm doing the red outlines here, then blue in the middle. And then I've just done the purple outlining in the black. But then when I use the Blitzwing mold, I'm going to make it a bit more G1 and have them, I guess modernized G1 stripes, like on the wings. So basically like that. So I'll leave the red there for Thundercracker, but for Skywarp, I'll go over that in purple. Just to change it up a bit so it's not exactly the same. I do like how this is all outlined and stuff. It looks very nice, I reckon. Still got a little bit to do on this guy, but yeah. So, and it would be really cool to see side by side. It's kind of like a modern, like a Bayverse design. What if, and then, a cinematic G1 design. Speaking of G1, here's the Earthrise Starscream. Again, I find it funny that that this Starscream is a longer jet, but this one's actually a taller figure. So, yeah. So I think I did a pretty good job to capture the G1 Starscream for this guy. But let me know what you think down below. Did I do well? Did I not? But yeah, so I think if they were to make this guy in a movie form, like on Earth mode, this would be very close to it. But yeah. Okay, and now to show them off with some Megatrons. So here he is with movie 1 Megatron. And, that looks pretty nice. I still got to customize this guy. Probably won't be doing too much, but yeah, I'm keen to customize this guy. Here he is, the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Honestly, this guy looks pretty cool. next to him. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. I'm still working this guy, as you can tell. I got to finish painting up the upgrade kit. I'm getting rid of all that coppery sort of looks. So, yeah. Why would you stand? Wait, so that's that Megatron. And last Megatron, the last night Megatron. And I don't know, I like how this scales. He's still taller. I don't know, I think this is really cool. Definitely be displaying this Megatron with these Seekers, using the Blitzwing mold. I will be making other Seekers using the Bayverse design. I'll make a couple of random, I guess, own design Seekers, but for the Blitzwing mold Seekers or the Nightverse Seekers, even though this isn't Nightverse and this is still Bayverse, I just really like how this looks together. So, yeah, on my shelf, when I do set that up, I'll have this guy on the front, then this guy, Thundercracker and stuff. But yeah. And this guy's still got to customize as well. And last comparison, here he is with Shatter. Still have yet to customize Shatter. I do have Dropkick, but he's just transformed at the moment, so I'll show him another time with the Starscream. But yeah, this scale looks pretty cool. Still got to customize her, but yeah. So that is how it looks next to Shutter. Now let's go ahead and wrap up this video. So thank you guys for watching this video on my custom studio series Starscream using the newly released Blitzwing mold. Let me know what you think down below. I really feel like if we did see an Earth mode Starscream, he'll look very similar to this sort of jet and robot mode. I had a lot of fun customizing this guy. It didn't take me too long, only a couple of days. So yeah, please press the like button and comment down below. That would really mean a lot. Check out my Instagrams down below as well, as there will already be posts up for this guy. I got to work out some sealant for the shins there because it scratches off. But other than that, I just love how it looks. If I remove this guy out the way, bring it forward. So yeah, as I did mention at the start, I did get 3 of these guys. There's my Blitzwing, and then the other one that's still in the box. Originally was going to be updated Blitzwing, Dreadwing, and Skyquake, but I ended up deciding to paint this guy. I'm going to paint up, I guess, this guy or any of them in a Thundercracker and Skywarp. And then I'll get another one to customize this Blitzwing. And then I eventually would like to get a few more of this mold to do Dreadwing, Skyquake, Acid Storm, Redwing, and maybe a random Seeker or like a custom Seeker. I just have a little Seeker army which will be displayed with this Megatron. Even though it's not from the Nightverse, I just still think it looks pretty cool. But yeah. So again, let me know what you think down below. I don't know which will be next out of these guys. I would like to think maybe Thundercracker will be next, and then maybe Skywarp. It'll be nice when I eventually finish them to have like the Bayverse, like I guess modern sort of take on the figures, and then like the movie version of a G1 figure, I guess, or like a modernized G1. I don't know. It's like a Bayverse and Nightverse. But yeah, so yeah, let me know which you're keen for most down below. I know I said I was gonna do the RC sisters, but I still got to do a little bit of touch up on them, and then video on that will be out soon. Still waiting on something for Hound, and then the video on him will be out soon. So I do guarantee that my next Transformers showcase will be the RC sisters. Then after that, it will be Hound. But yeah, so come on, like, subscribe, and share for more. Make sure you check out my Instagrams down below. Check out my new Instagram, TGun Productions, as that I do have a new channel, TGun Productions, which will be my animation channel. I am planning on doing an animation of Starscream versus Blitzwing, so please check that out when I eventually do that. I don't know when, but I will post updates on that on my TGun Productions Instagram. I'll make a whole video about that Instagram and YouTube soon. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what else to say, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye!